Alright, so this project started out as a beautiful morning where I was out doing some fall food plot prep, spraying some of my future fall plots here. So I decided to take the drone out, and I had kind of a rough start with the sprayer, and that's going to bleed over into the drone. But look at me here. I'm driving here, and all of a sudden, I know you can't see it, but it starts sparking and flaming underneath me where I'm sitting, where the sprayer was connected to the battery. So I had to jump off and yank the alligator clip off of the battery. What happened was the voltage was just too warm, and it heated up the insulator, and it eventually cut through to the frame. Anyways, I survived that, no big deal. Put a little electrical tape on it and continued on. So I'll give you just a little bit of this aerial view until this whole drone thing comes up, and I'll come back on and explain it. Alright, so then what happens here is there's two modes of automatically landing. The home button, where it will go to where it took off from, and then there's the landing button where it will land right below wherever it is at that moment. And I accidentally hit just the landing button, so it started going straight down. Bam! Right down into the power line. Let's take another look at this. And you could see it got jostled and survived it. Wow, that is 2 lives now. I've used up 2 of my drone lives. The first one I flew into the tree by the pond. Now this is the second one. I got 7 left, thank goodness. Now here the sensors worked. It has downward sensors, and it picked up the soybeans, so it couldn't land it effectively. But the downward sensors didn't pick up those high lines. Probably because they're, relatively small. So Capper got a break there. That probably helps make up for a little bit of the dump truck woes going on right now, but I'm very thankful that it survived. So now I'm going to give you a tour of this food plot here quick, because a couple people asked how the corn was doing, and this is actually the best corn plot that I have going on right now. So let's take a look at the corn plot.
To be in the great outdoors, forever free. You and me, meant to be in the great outdoors, forever free.
Alright, so here's a look at the farmer soybeans, which is a huge 30-acre food plot in and of itself. But I'll show you this. This was a deer tower that came with the property. It's mainly a gun tower, but this is where I missed a doe last year, where I hit that window. It's not really set up for a bow tower, but anyways, here's a look at the corn. I've got a perimeter of corn basically surrounding this plot, with the hopes of the deer feeling a little bit more secure inside of the perimeter. And then inside here I'm going to plant alfalfa in a big hunk of this, and a winter mix of brassicas in another hunk of it. This corn is doing quite well. Some of the other corn plots are getting devoured by the deer, so I actually won't have that much good corn in other places. But this one is doing pretty good. So I'm just picking away a little bit at a time. Right behind me there, all that brush to your left here, that was all farm field, but I'm letting that grow into thick brush as well. And then above this corn where you're looking at it now, there's a little strip there about 20 feet wide. You could see I'm letting that grow. I'm planting small trees in there. I'm letting that grow as a border as well, to close it in from the outside of the field. So in time, this entire plot will be closed in 360 degrees. So here's my zoom out, and little bit different view of the farm here. I've had someone ask me, or a few people ask me, how much crops were in the area at neighboring properties. So I'll give you a little bit of a look at that. Right there, that top field to the left, that's all soybeans. And that's our farm. There's our lake there. You could see the top of the house. And a lot of these fields you could see out there, that one right there and about the center is also soybeans. That's the neighbor. Then there's a neighbor again at the top of the screen. So about half of the fields surrounding me are in row crops and the other half is in hay. So there are other row crops in the area where they can feel secure. So the trick for me is to try and give them what they aren't getting at other properties. So let's float it down for a landing. I'll give you a little music. I appreciate you watching. Stay tuned for more videos on our land management and us pursuing and living our dreams of living out in the country with acreage. It's been a long ride, but it's been very rewarding so far. Thanks.